A lot of us would be 3 championships in 3 years, so that'd be pretty special.
I feel like we're one of the best teams that have some of the best players in the state, so obviously I think we can do something special here.
We dwelled a little bit, let her have her pity parties, but then now we're focused up and ready to go.
Hello everyone, state tournament season has arrived. Congrats to Dickinson and Lisbon for claiming the state dual wrestling titles last weekend inside the Fargo Dome, and a big salute to all of those individual champs as well. This week, state boys and girls hockey comes to Fargo Shields Arena, and we're excited to preview the action on this episode. Matchup breakdowns, interviews with some of the players and coaches. We have it all on this North Dakota Varsity Sports Update. Plus, we have 16 teams playing for 8 tickets to state and Class B girls basketball. I'll give you my predictions of who will be heading to Grand Forks in the state tournament next weekend. We have plenty of Class A hoops chatter too, including the long-awaited return of Horsin Around. We have double trouble from Jamestown as Mason Walters and Boden Skunberg join me this week for a conversation and some fun on the court.
I don't even know what Fortnite is, but who's the better Fortnite player?
Probably him. Yeah. I'm not
Are you pretty good?
I'm pretty good.
What makes a good Fortnite player?
You gotta grind. You gotta grind. That's all it is.
Are you up to like 2, 3 in the morning playing or what?
Pretty much. Every off day.
Don't tell your coach.
Looking forward to that later in the update, but we start with a preview of state hockey. It's always one of my favorite weekends of the year. It can be so unpredictable sometimes because if you get a hot goaltender, anything can happen. Now I say unpredictable, but people are already thinking how unpredictable can it be this year? Grand Forks Central has won back-to-back state championships and hasn't lost to a North Dakota team in regulation or overtime since February 26th of 2016. That's a 68-game unbeaten streak against in-state opponents. Barack Obama was still president when that happened, and the iPhone 7 hadn't even been released yet. This year, Central is putting together another dominant winter. They're 22-0. Seniors Cole Hansen and Lucas Canta have combined for over 120 points. And senior goaltender Aaron Nielsen boasts the best save percentage and goals against average in the state. No surprise. All of those eye-popping stats have been a product of a team that thrives off its own success.
I think we do pretty well at just finding each other all over the ice, and once we get one, I think the momentum just keeps going, and we just want to keep going and play our best all the time. The momentum is key, obviously. If you see one of your teammates go do something great, whether it's scoring a goal, blocking a shot, making a great save, you know, it builds momentum for the team and it makes you want to go do well.
For us, it's been more about our performance than it has been about who we're playing or the score of the game, and we tend to focus more on things that we need to work on and improve on, and how we can be better as a team and better as individuals. So, motivation is based on basically on our performance more than anything.
Here's a look at how the bracket shapes up this year for what has really become Grand Forks Central against the state. The Knights open with a Mandan team that's in the dance for the first time in 4 years. The Braves beat Dickinson 1-0 to punch a ticket to state. We'll see Bismarck and Fargo South Shanley square off in quarterfinal number 2. The Demons have 2 25-goal scorers on their team in seniors Caleb Petrie and Dane Sardelli. Those two have led an electric offense this winter, but Bruins goalie Zach Sandy has been really solid between the pipes the last month. I think this could be an entertaining game. Sandy made 44 saves in a shutout win over Bismarck back on February 1st. Quarterfinal number 3 is the matchup that will likely draw the most attention. Century earned the top seed from the West, but will play against East 4 seed Red River. The Rough Riders have talent, but inconsistent play all year paired with the coaching change just before the East Region tournament has their prospects up in the air. Meanwhile, the Patriots, led by senior forward Nicholas Brown, outscored teams 13-2 en route to the West Region tournament title, and they come in focused for a tough first-round challenge.
Yeah, they're a fast team. They get up and down the ice pretty well. They have good goaltending, so we're going to have to be physical with them. We're going to have to get a lot of pucks to the net in our end.
I think our confidence as a team is at an all-time high. We're just obviously coming off of a big tournament win, and going in as the 1 seed is obviously a confidence booster.
I think most of the upperclassmen, the veterans, we're going to really know what the atmosphere is like, and we'll kind of try to help to lead the younger kids through the state tournament and the atmosphere there.
The final game on Thursday is a showdown between Davies and Minot. The Eagles won the regular season contest 6-1 back in January, but a lot has changed since then. Davies is being led by interim head coach Dean Wilson after the unexpected resignation of Scott Peterson. I thought the Eagles looked pretty good in the region tournament. I think they get by Minot in round one, and I think they could have a good shot in the semifinals too. It'll be interesting to see if anyone can challenge Goliath, though, over the next 3 days. Now, on the girls' side, the biggest question is, will we have a new state champion after seeing Bismarck win the last 4 state titles? I think there's a good shot. Fargo North-South beat the Blizzard 2-0 last month, and they seem to be playing really good hockey. We'll get a look at North-South in the opening game on Thursday inside the Farmers Union Insurance Center when they take on the 8-seed Devils Lake. And it might be the 1-8 matchup, but the Firebirds, they played North-South tough in the regular season. It was just a 2-0 final back on the 1st of February. Chad Christensen is the new man in charge for North-South. He moved from assistant to the head man after Chris Doherty decided to step down following last season. Christensen has watched his team average a state-best 6.8 goals per game this year, led by the leading scorer in the state, sophomore Abby Promersberger. We got to know her a little bit in Breaking the Ice a week ago. North-South has also been fueled by the motivation of defeat from last season. Bismarck beat them 3-0 in last year's state championship, and they haven't forgotten about the emotions they felt afterward.
It was tough, and especially tough because their locker room was right next door to us. I mean, right next door. So that was tough. I mean, they're celebrating as they should, but it's something that we talked about that, okay, you remember that feeling, you remember how their door was open and how we felt. Now we have a chance to do that, and we have to continue to work hard day in and day out.
It was frustrating. We had some calls that didn't go our way, one bad bounce, just momentum wasn't going our way, but we came back ready to go this year, and that's what we're focused on now. We've kind of, we dwelled a little bit, let her have her pity parties, but then now we're focused up and ready to go. It was a lot of pressure after every game. Every win builds the expectations, and we had to keep raising the bar for ourselves because everyone expects a lot out of our team this year.
And so far, those expectations have been met. But again, that's a tough opening game for North-South going against Devils Lake. Game 2 features 2-time state champ West Fargo and the Grand Forks Knight Riders. Don't underestimate the power of senior leadership. Forwards Madison Jeldon, Casey Herring, and goaltender Brooklyn Mervick will have the United ready to play. They just beat Grand Forks 3-0 in the regular season finale. Jeldon's 25 goals, that's second most in the state. Mercyhurst commit Abby Schauer, she's one to watch for Grand Forks. She leads the team with 14 goals. Now the 4-time defending champs hit the ice for the third quarterfinal, taking on Minot. The Blizzard will certainly be in contention again. They earned the 2 seed and take a 6-game win streak into the state tournament. Scoring opportunities, well, they've been tough to come by against Bismarck lately. They've only allowed 2 goals over the last 6 contests. It certainly helps to have Skylar Ackerman back in between the pipes. The senior was the starting goalie for 3 of Bismarck's 4 consecutive state championships, and she believes this squad has what it takes too.
We're just so dedicated to block shots and be able to play physical and fast.
She's been around the Blizzard as long as I have. You know, she came up as an 8th grader my first year, and so it's one of those things that's been awesome just to kind of watch her grow and to see, you know, just the way that the other kids know how she understands what our process is all about and how to exemplify what a Blizzard hockey player should be.
We'll see if Bismarck can continue its historic run and make it 5 in a row. Man, that'd be impressive. The final quarterfinal pits Davies against Dickinson. Sophomore Kennedy Cook has had a terrific season as the backstop for the Eagles. And they can score too. Josh Issertel's lineup boasts 6 players with 10 or more goals on the year. Dickinson, well, they'll try to get the puck on the stick of Taya Clayman, the junior who leads the state with 27 goals from her defensive position. Let the drama on ice begin. Now, as for the drama on the hoop scene, that's about to reach a fever pitch. I'm looking at you, Class B girls basketball teams still in the hunt. Yes, 16 teams across North Dakota still have the dream of a state tournament ticket intact. Thursday night is when we get to see some heroes and some heartbreak. We're guaranteed a new state champ, by the way, after Grant County was upset by Shiloh Christian on Tuesday night. So who will fill the spots in Grand Forks? Here's what I think. Region 1 has been Kindred's to lose all season. The Vikings lost 2 games to North Dakota opponents all year, and both were to Region 2 programs, that being Grafton and Thompson. I see the Vikings defeating Richland on Thursday night and heading back to state for a 3rd consecutive season. Freshman Abby Dukeshire and Taryn Johnson have been especially good this year for Sam Brandt's team. And then you have Tina Fryer, who can hit the 3-ball. I see them playing at the Betty next week. The Region 2 championship is going to be wild. Grafton and Thompson have been 2 of the best teams in the state all season long, and unfortunately only one of them gets to go to state. Thompson is deep. They're battle tested, having won some top 10 battles throughout the year, and many of these same players, keep in mind, won the state volleyball championship. Mackenzie Hughes, she's playing well inside and out, and on the other hand, Grafton has the best player in this matchup in sophomore Carly Sieben, who has already scored over 1,000 points in her career. Sieben is a do-it-all guard that really thrives off her defense. The Spoilers won the regular season meeting 51-42 on the road, but remember, that regular season game came 2 days after the Tommies beat Kindred in triple overtime. So they might have been dealing with some fatigue still. Give me the veterans from Thompson in a close one, maybe overtime over Grafton. To Region 3, this might have been the deepest region, so whoever wins tomorrow will have really earned their trip to the Betty. The semifinals were great. Both went to overtime, and I think the championship between top-ranked Kidder County and Lemoore-Litchfield-Marion will be just as good, if not better. The Wolves won by 5 in the regular season meeting, and I think they'll be able to get the victory again and keep their perfect season intact. Madeline Schmidt might be a sophomore on paper, but she's a veteran with almost 3 varsity seasons under her belt. I think she leads Kidder County to its first state tournament since 2014, and maybe on the 10-year anniversary of their only state championship, they add another one. Who knows? In Region 2, we'll see a good matchup between Langdon-Edmore-Munich, the second-ranked team in the state, and Four Winds Minnewacan, who climbed to 8th after being 23rd in the preseason poll by the Hoopster. The Indians have several players that can get hot at any given time. Meanwhile, the Cardinals get their leadership from junior guard Callie Ronigan, who's a slam dunk to be named All-Region for the 2nd straight year. Rob Scher, he's a veteran coach, and I think he gets his team back to the state tournament for a 2nd consecutive season. I know it was just a 2-point win for the Cardinals in the regular season over Four Winds Minnewacan, but I think they make the plays down the stretch again to win it. To Region 5, how about the special run that Solon is on? The Sioux knocked off Center Stanton 48-45 in the semifinal round on a game-clinching steal and bucket by Taya Hughes' arrow in the final seconds. Will Solon have any gas left in the tank against Shiloh Christian? The 2 teams split their 2 previous meetings, with Solon beating the Skyhawks in the district tournament. I like Shiloh's overall game better. I think they're the more complete team, but something tells me that this Solon team is going to keep this miracle run going and make their first state tournament. In Region 6, Velva lost to Rugby 3 times last year and then lost to them again in the regular season this year before beating them in the district tournament 32-30. I think the Aggies will enter that game with confidence and get the job done again. Rugby's Annie Steyer and Carson Hager are both having great seasons again, but Velva's defense is holding opponents to 32 points per game, which is the 2nd best number in the state. Give me the Aggies. I'm going with the favorites in Region 7. I feel like Hettinger-Scranton could win by double digits because they're just that good all over the floor, and they play at such a high tempo that games can really spin out of control for the opposing team. Abby Clute has been the heart and soul of the team as a senior. Then you have Alyssa Andrus, who's super athletic, and a 6-foot sophomore post named Samantha Ose, who already won a game ball this year. This Nighthawks team is rock solid. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season, and that's my explanation for picking Partial to upset Trenton for the Region 8 crown. Trenton enters the region final with a perfect record, one of 2 teams, along with Kidder County, but they showed some vulnerability late in the year. Partial doesn't have much height, but standouts Catherine Fox, Cedar, and Jalen Hall, all of them should help lead them to a state tournament berth, which would be their first since 2015. Now, we'll do a deeper dive into Class A basketball next week when we're setting up the EDC and WDA tournaments, but I can tell you that the Jamestown boys, Devils Lake girls, and Century girls have all locked up top seeds in their respective tournaments. The Century girls with that big win over Mandan last week to finish the regular season undefeated. Now, the only top seed still up for grabs is in EDC boys hoops. Davies can clinch it with a win at home over Devils Lake on Friday. They beat the Firebirds by 30 earlier in the season. But if they lose and West Fargo beats Fargo South, the Packers earn the top spot. Davies settles for the 2 then, and Cheyenne would be the 3. We'll see what happens there. As I mentioned, the Jamestown Blue Jays are your WDA regular season champs and just wrapped up a perfect regular season with a 91-78 win over Mandan on Tuesday night. Jacoby Lloyd's team will take a 21-0 record into next week's WDA tournament. Highlighting the squad are a couple of future college basketball players. And we got to know those guys a little bit better in this week's Horsin Around.
3. All right. Boom. Got it? Perfect.
Which camera do I look at?
You can kind of stare off into the distance over there if you need to, if you get sick of looking at me or whatever. Okay. Senior finally, right?
Finally.
All time.
Yeah.
What do you want to be?
I'll get forward.
Forward? Okay.
I'll get guard. I'll get guard.
We are horsing around in Jamestown today. We got 2 of the studs on the top-ranked Jamestown boys basketball team. Mason Walters, senior forward for this Jamestown Blue Jays team, and junior guard Boden Skunberg, a commit to the North Dakota State University Bison. And Mason staying right here at home, playing for the University of Jamestown. Pretty cool stuff for you guys. But, I mean, regular season WDA champs. What does that mean for you guys to be the WDA champs in the regular season, kind of have momentum going into the postseason? Mason?
Obviously, it's a big accomplishment, but at the end of the day, we're still trying to win WDA and then obviously get to state. So, I mean, it's a good milestone, but we're still trying to keep going and continue that success.
Boden, 2 years ago, this team won 2 games. You were a freshman on that squad. What did it take in those times, maybe after that season, what did it take to say, okay, I want to make sure that we're competing for a state title by the time I'm a junior, senior?
You know, just going through that season, that 2 wins, and it didn't taste good. You know, we came in every year. We wanted something. We wanted that state championship. So everybody just came in thinking we're to work our tails off for our goal.
Mason, did you ever believe that something like this would happen? That you guys would have the season that you're having right now?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of good players, and we put a lot of time in all together. I mean, in practice every day, open gyms in the summer, and I mean, I feel like we're one of the best teams that have some of the best players in the state. So obviously, I think we can do something special here.
Now, for you, Mason, I mean, 2 years ago, we're almost coming up on the 2-year anniversary of you breaking your leg on the track season in high jump, and then you have to sit out AAU, and you kind of have to rehab, get back into the things. How awesome is it for you to know that you're going to be playing college basketball now, and you have the opportunity to go out as a senior and maybe make the state tournament, maybe win the state tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I never really thought that I'd be playing college basketball or anything like that, but I mean, obviously I grew a lot, and then with breaking my leg, I sat out and got to see what everything else like AAU, and I had to miss that season, but I'm back and I'm excited to continue to keep playing.
How about for you, Boden? You committed to North Dakota State, and obviously they're having a pretty good season right now too. What is it like to know that you have a future once high school basketball is done?
You know, it's nice. You know, something you work for like throughout my whole basketball career. I'm just really looking forward to life after high school basketball.
How about we talk about the rise of this program. The guy over there that's telling you guys what to do, he's played a pretty big part in this. 2nd year for Jacoby Lloyd, head coach. Mason, what do you like best about Coach Lloyd?
I mean, I like Coach Lloyd. I mean, he's always looking out for us and looking out for our best interests. I mean, and he's been a really good mentor to me, him and Coach Anderson both. I mean, Coach Anderson this year, my sophomore year, my very first year playing varsity, and they both just took me under the wing and tried to teach me everything that they can. So,
Boden, what do you remember about maybe the first days of Coach Lloyd being here? What were some of the things that he said, maybe the message that he tried to send to you guys?
Oh, yeah, it was something different. I came 2nd year of varsity basketball. It was something new. He came in with a lot of energy, came in right away, just took leadership through our whole team, so that was really nice.
Now, obviously, you guys have a lot of fun playing with each other. Mason here averaging a double-double. You're leading the WDA in scoring right now. What do you like best about playing with each other? Mason, what do you like best about playing with this guy?
I mean, he kind of complements my game too. He's like on the outside and I'm in, kind of like that. But I mean, if they're face guarding him, I mean, I get more open shots and I'm not as many double teams down on the post. So, I mean, I think we just complement each other well.
Helps out.
Yeah.
Boden, what do you like about having him on your team versus being an opponent?
Yeah, I mean, just clogging up that lane. You know, every time someone drives, he's always there, always great help. He's always getting boards. I mean, big on rebounds. You know, he's always there to like catch every board. So.
Are you guys competitive at anything off the court? Is it video games? What's the weapon of choice, I guess, for you guys?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, we're both kind of competitive. I would say, like video games and stuff like that. But I mean, we're both good friends and stuff like that. So.
What else? What do you play? What do you guys do besides basketball? Anything?
We play Fortnite.
Yeah. Fortnite? Okay. Yeah. I don't even know what Fortnite is, but who's the better Fortnite player?
Probably him. Yeah. I'm not
Are you pretty good?
I'm pretty good.
What makes a good Fortnite player?
You gotta grind. You gotta grind. That's all it is.
Are you up to like 2, 3 in the morning playing or what?
Pretty much. Every off day.
Don't tell your coach or your future coach. Keep that on the wraps. Well, this is called Horsin Around for a reason. We're gonna play a little bit of horse, and let's go over here to the basketball court. So the last time we played Horsin Around, Christian Kuntz, West Fargo Cheyenne, made a three-pointer, straightaway three-pointer right here. So Christian Kuntz. Boy, that was too easy. So I'll start. Mason, you can follow. If I miss this, Mason, you can shoot wherever you want.
All right.
But if I make it, you have to make this one.
Okay.
So let's give it a whirl. No surprise, I missed it. So Mason, you get to shoot it wherever you want.
All right.
And then Boden, go ahead and pick up the ball because you'll be next.
I'll go right here.
Oh. All right, so now Boden gets the opportunity. Now you can shoot it wherever you want.
I'll go same spot.
Same spot. Oh, jeez.
Hey.
Now I have to say, guys, this is the first time we've shot this where no one's made it in the first round. So not a good omen for the Jamestown Blue Jays. So let's see. I'll try something tricky. So Zach, make sure you're rolling on this, all right?
Oh, please don't make that.
Didn't do it. All right, Mason, you're next.
I'll go behind the backboard.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Right here. So Mason made it right here. Boden, no pressure.
No pressure.
And we're only playing H. We're only playing one letter, so you have to make it or you're out.
I got this. Whew. We don't miss
all right,
those. We don't
my
miss
turn.
Those.
Nope. All right, so it's down to you two.
All right.
Oh. All right, Boden sinks it. Mason, corner three, otherwise it's over. Oh, and it almost hits our cameraman, Zach. All right, boys, come back. The junior beats the senior. Anything you got to say about that?
Hey, he's outside, I'm inside. So.
That's true. That's true. That works. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
And good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Boden Skunberg, and Mason Walters joining us on Horsin Around.
Awesome.
Now you're going to go home and play Fortnite?
After practice.
You'll have a hard time finding a better story in the state right now than what that team has been able to accomplish. Congrats to Jacoby Lloyd and the Blue Jays, and good luck next week in what should be a very competitive WDA tournament. That does it for this week's update. We'll be back next week with recaps from state hockey, previews of the Girls B, and much more. We'll see you then.